Hello everyone, this is KJ. Welcome back to Planet Crafter Toxicity. Today we're going to go get the gold chests from the train station valley. You can see the train station right over there. There it is. And right over there is the entrance to the starting area. And yeah, things change when you start having some oxygen. An oxygen-free atmosphere has a tendency to make stuff grow and do stuff. Okay, so first I'm going to upgrade my backpack and get rid of that thing because we're going to need some space. And then I'm going to drink a bottle of water and eat some food. And does this auto-crafter know how to make food? Yes, alright. Okay. So let's go do it. Let's get some gold chests from the train station valley. We need to get away from all this insane base building stuff so that we can see where we are. And oh, I meant to bring some. I actually meant to build a ladder beforehand, but I was busy tearing the map apart, trying to figure out why my obsidian, whoops, wrong thing. Why my obsidian extractor doesn't seem to exist anymore. It could be, you know, out there. And I just can't see it because it's buried in the jungle. Alright, here we go. Let's go up here. Here is where you enter from the from the primary area. So when you get off the train, which is right here, and you face back towards the primary or towards the starting area, and you look over in that direction, there's actually two. There's one right there, and there's one over there. So we'll go to the furthest one. And remember, this is the Central Valley. I don't have the rest of the map finished yet, because I got distracted and started building my base and put it in like loads and loads of equipment. And this right here, all of these solar panels from this whole little mountain right there, that took lordy, like 45 minutes or more, during which time my terraformation was going up. I hope I have this thing marked. This one's very hard to find. It was found by Seriously's Gaming. And it's hard to find because, you know, he is, he's the reason that monkey bars were created. He's that boy. And I don't know if this is going to help, but I'm hoping it's going to help me a little bit. Because, you know, thankfully, this is the kind of game where we can do this kind of stuff. There we go. Let's grab another one. I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier. You understand? We can almost make that. We're almost there. Let's see, can I make that? Yes. There we go. Now, I've got the T3 jetpack. I can probably have a better one available to me. Alright, let's see. Up. There we go. Right there. Now, there is an easier way up here, sort of. Over there. Let's grab this first. That's why I got the good backpack, or the good inventory. But there is an easier way. Over here. You have to climb up this thing. Over here. And then you have to jump. Jump. And there's, I think there's another scalable way, but for me, the stairs are probably the easiest with the T3 jetpack. But there's another scalable way. Is this it over here? This video is going to take a little bit longer This is the original box that Lee found from over there that made him look over there where he could see the gold chest. And then, you know, monkey bars. Alright, let's move on. This little area, by the way, I thought was going to be where I found the trade rocket blueprint, and it turned out not to be. I was very, very disappointed with that. Alright, we got a golden effigy wheel. Alright, let's go back over to the entrance to the valley. That one took a long time, but that's just the way it is. The rest of them in this part of the map are easily accessible. Alright, so there is the train right there. Okay, you get off the train and you veer just slightly to the left of the train, going back towards the original valley, and there is a little tiny canyon right here, and there we go. All right, and then you get off the train over there, and you go to the right, and you'll see a little bit of a sandfall. Still the only sandfall I've found on the entire map. But you want to pass by the sandfall. I'm going to come over here, and there's a little rock overhang. It looks like the map isn't complete. Oh, but Miju, it is. And up we go. And right there. Very cool. Some of these have been on the main series, Toxicity Season 1. And I'm going to say like somewhere around episode 11 or so. Oh, someone's on the phone. Alright, so now we're going to be able to go back to base. If I've missed any that you are aware of in this section, from here over to the tungsten mine, you just let me know. I'm happy to come back and revisit. Mind you, I'm almost at 5 TTI, and I've been everywhere, man, and I haven't found them yet. Alright, back over here. I ordered these Lilia trees because I thought they would look really nice. I made Itera trees, and I mistakenly said that these pink things were the tree itself that you get naturally on the planet. They're only a part of it. So these also grow when you plant that tree, which is really nice because they look way, way nicer than those pink things. Okay, let's do a small mini dump here. Teleporter dump. There we go. I want to keep the effigies on me. Here we go. And I don't need any explosives. Alright, let's carry on. Alright, next up, so we did those first three. Right? That one, and that one. And now the next three. I think we'll start right here at the base because it's the closest one. You can do the next two you can do without cleaning the water. You just gotta know what you're looking for. So right over here, you see these rocks right here? We're just gonna move right here, and we're gonna drop straight down. See it? There we go. Perfect. That one was an accident. I didn't even find that by choice. I fell in the water. Now, I mentioned several times in the series not to waste your purification fuses on the train station. The first two, Or the first 3 fuses, maybe you'll want to just to make your life easier. And those fuses are, if you are in the right timing, generally in the train station anyway. So possibly, but the last 3 you definitely don't need. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to try to make it all the way over to the bridge. Over to the bridge. There we go. And let's see if I can find that machine. There it is right there. So there's fuse number 1, and it will tell you, since this planet has no natural water cycle, we shouldn't have any problems with infiltration, as so often happens. To be on the safe side, we have nevertheless installed a filtration system. All we need to do is place a few purification fuses to drain the crevice and its cavities if there is ever a problem. It takes 6. There's 1 there. There's 2 right down there. Let's take the elevator. There's water where we're going, but we'll take the elevator. And let's see here. Here it is right there. There's 2. And just for the purpose of this video, I went ahead and I put in the last 3. Let's take the elevator. You can do all of this without these fuses. You just need to carry oxygen and a little bit of purification gel to make yourself not sick. Okay, and then you can come down here if you want to. You can actually make these fuses at some point, and this machine takes 3, which I put in just so that I could show you the wonderful world of Oz down there. And of course, I've already got a teleporter. Alright, so we're not going to that gold chest. We're going down there. There is a bridge. And in that bridge, if I find the right ladder, where's the ladder? Oh, it's over there. Okay, let's go to that bridge with that ladder over there. There we go. There's a ladder. Now you'll be, if you're underwater at this point, it's the ladder that starts as you get to this level. So you'll see the top of it. See the top right there? You'll see the top of that as you're swimming down. Then you swim out the ladder and just slightly veer to your left, and there's your gold chest. It's right there. Super cool. Now, also down here is a massive osmium cave. Right here. Massive cave of osmium. There's a little building down there. I believe that's where I found one of the trade rockets. And then, was that an osmium I just passed? Now, where is... there's the... Oh, there it is. Okay, and then over here, by the waterfall, which isn't there at the beginning of the game, is this container. And in the back of this container is one of the bunkers. Alright? Well, I got most of the stuff anyway. There we go. Alright, now we just have a couple, or we just have one left, I think, on this part of the map. This video is much longer than I expected it to be. Let's go to the home base. And what are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got just 1 to go. And do I need a bottle of water? Maybe. Probably not. I always go backwards through my base because I get lost. As soon as I start putting in teleporters and stuff, I get lost. Alright, 1 to go. Here we go. Another place where you can get osmium and tungsten is behind the train station. Also, from behind the train station, you can more easily access the mushroom forest and the rest of the map. The trams pretty much skip over this entire part of the map, and I can just show you here. So if you go down, we're right here. Here's the osmium area. But the trams, as you can see, one of them goes all the way over and connects to another tram that goes all the way over. But it skips all of the mushroom forest and the quartz caves, so going sort of on foot is better. But right here you can drill osmium. And I'm just going to check and see what the problem is here. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe the drones just don't like it. It says I can drink that. Oh, I can. Alright, behind the pond, there's stuff here. There's boxes. I need this goo. There's boxes. There's butterfly ponds. I think there's a frog pond back here. Bunch of stuff. But you can see the train station behind that. Don't look at this green thing because that doesn't come up until about 3 TTI. Behind all these rocks right here is number 6 for the train station valley. And that is all of the gold chests in the train station valley. I am going to go around and pull my beacons so that they're not confusing when we come back in for the last set. And the other thing I'm going to do is take you guys back to the base and put in our effigies. I have a little display table for our effigies. Oh, here, look. Hi. Oh, God. They're so cute. We've got bugs and we've got slugs. Slugs and bugs. That's what we have. And they're pretty cute. And eventually, I'm going to build a bunch of animal shelters. I do have one. I mean, you don't get to 5 TTI without putting in some animals. But I like to have like a dozen or so animals. Maybe, maybe 15 of them. I'm just getting over a cold, so I'm sorry about my voice falling apart. I had the flu last week. It was awful. Alright, here we go. Back to the base. And I gotta get all these beacons out. And here we go. Oops. Hey, that's the sound of food cooking. Okay, let's make sure that we don't have any extras in there. No. If you're very, very lucky, you actually get one of these digging wheels on the first part of the map behind the waterworks area. I think I pointed to the 2 tiny little buildings past where the gold chest is there. And sometimes one of those is in there. So we've got 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I counted badly. I haven't counted badly. I haven't gotten them all. There we go. The first 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the next 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. We got 2 piles of goo, and we've got a couple of trams and some pristine mushrooms. Here we go. Oh, the color is just gonna change on me. Isn't that wonderful? Super alloy? Nope. Just garbage everywhere. Alright, you guys, I want to thank you all so very much for coming along. I'm going to go get rid of a bunch of crazy beacons. I can't turn them off. This is one of the 2 outfits you get here. This one is called Gooks or Goo X. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all so very much for coming along. I do hope that you have a lovely evening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.